Hi folks, how are you doing? This is Sjsrana, Surinderjit Rana reporting for December 8th, time about 12:30 AM, December 8th, 2024. So again we're looking at the sun, and again it's putting up a lot of flares, and it's been continuing. As I told you, it'll be there for 2-3 more days, and this is a very bizarre scenario, as this is also rocking the planet Earth. And the California 7 mega quake was recent, you can say, alarm bells or the wake up call that something big is about to come. I'll be able to tell you when, where. Stay tuned to the channel. These are very end times where we're going to have a lot of calamities from the Mother Nature. So Mother Nature wrath is going to rock when 2025 arrives. On this short video, I'm going to cover a few topics, basically the illegal immigrants or the trespassing criminals, I'll say. Another is the California quake and the other events, but short video this time. Okay, folks, first disclaimer. Hi, folks, how are you doing? This is Sjsrana, Surinderjit Rana reporting for November 22nd, 2024. Time about 1230 hours IST, India Standard Time, and 200 hours EST, which is Eastern Standard Time, November 22nd, 2024. So we're looking at the sun. Again, sun is preparing to have a major CME, as I predicted. After a few days of cool off, it's going to have a major CME. So that's what we are waiting now. So from November 22nd, 23rd onwards, we are going to have major CMEs facing Earth. Prepare for it. Okay, folks, we got a lot of topics to discuss here, and as you know, I keep preparing the video post for just for the humanity, so that they can come forward and become more progressive and more humanity related development. So you know what, there's a common saying which is, it takes nothing to join the crowd, but it takes everything to stand alone. So in this current day and age where we are finding people are getting engrossed in lot of different indulgence, it's very hard to find people who can stay constant and who can stay right on the path of morality, ethics, and humanity. Before we delve into further topics, there's going to be a personal disclaimer from my side, which is going to run for about you can say a few minutes, and this is very important because there are a lot of misconception, there are a lot of seeded deception, deceit, where I am residing here in India, and a lot of people are around. A lot of people spreading misinformation, deception, deceit, and trying to tarnish the image of people who are trying to follow the right path in India, especially. It's very hard over here. The site has been maintained for very long. Face racist, fascist, imposters, trespassing morons, which are spreading lies, misinformation about me. So I keep repeating this part that I've never taken anything. as Sjsrana has never taken anything from India racist, fascist, rapist, impersonators, thugs, delivery agents. Many of them are trespassing morons also. They trespass anywhere, and they're also siding with the devils of India. So all these things which are there are going to them. Topics which I'm covering are always posting on my oneworldpress.org site. You can see in front of your screen that I am sharing that snapshot, that this is on the site where I'm sharing all these articles. So you can always take a look. You can go back past 14 years. Yep, I've been reporting chief editor-in-chief for this site for last 14 years, folks. And I've been basically doing is, it's like a keeping journal, a logbook of the planet Earth. So I'm maintaining that sort of logbook. So people wonder why I have to report, why I'm doing all this. It is to serve the humanity, to give them the light where they are headed and where they are facing the devils and the spiritual devil war ongoing. So last 14 years there is a spiritual war now going on, and that spiritual war has ended. And though it will continue in the background, but now it's taken the world war front. So that's what I want to tell you. This revelation, I have revealed it 14 years ago also, lot many times. Now I'm revealing the spiritual war has almost ended. Spiritual war will continue in the background now. In the snapshot, that this is on the site where I'm sharing all these articles. So you can always take a look. You can go back past 14 years. Yep, I've been reporting chief editor-in-chief for this site for last 14 years, folks. And I've been basically doing is it's like keeping journal, a logbook of the planet Earth. So I'm maintaining that sort of logbook. So people wonder why I have to report, why I'm doing all this. It is to serve the humanity, to give them the light where they are headed and where they are facing the devils and the spiritual devil war ongoing. So last 14 years there is a spiritual war now going on, and that spiritual war has ended. And though it will continue in the background, but now it's taken the world war front. So that's what I want to tell you. This revelation, I have revealed it 14 years ago also, lot many times. Now I'm revealing the spiritual war has almost ended. Spiritual war will continue in the background now. In the foreground now you will see the world war as I predicted in October 2019 under the hashtag MAY 2020 WW3. Yeah, you can check back on Google, on archives, wherever you'll find these articles were there and still there on my oneworldpress.org site. However, since the World War III has begun, as I predicted in 2020, WW3 will begin in the month of May. As you can see, there were pathogens, lot of calamities were ongoing, and the pathogens, COVID-19, whatnot, were killing people. A lot of fatalities were reported across the globe. So the fatalities are there as a lesson to teach to the humanity, to the world, that better stay on the right track. Don't follow the wrong track, or else everything will fall in the gorge. So the right track is the track of truth, truthfulness, truthful living, and be on the side of the goodness, compassionate grounds and on a good ground. Don't follow the deceitful people or have the company of deceitful, deceptive people, people who are belligerent liars, pathological liars. Don't follow them. Don't be in company of that people, or else you will be also getting maligned. And the Mother Nature wrath is next. So, folks, let's take a look what. So, okay, this is another sighting for December 7th. I gave you prior sighting, but this is basically December 7th late, which is about 22 hours 30, 2230 hours, December 7th, cross IST Indian Standard Time, crossing to about December 8th. So close to that. Another some few work I had to do in my car, so I had to just check up, and I'm just giving you some glimpse over here. So the topics which I'm going to cover here is just so that same in line, and trying to debunk the India scammers, thugs, impersonators, trespassing criminals, and professional rapists around my neighborhood. So this is the only way I have to basically share with the world, because other than that, the Imposters Thugs Association is very good in impersonating and trying to trigger the events which basically look alike, that they are there present everywhere. I don't interact too much with the neighborhood or the strangers, I told you. So okay, folks, on the illegal staying in the US, this time 520 illegal Indian stayings in the US were deported this year, and there has been almost over 90,000 India illegal that have been trespassing into the US has been caught up by the DHS as well. So these were illegal which were staying, and there are crossing of illegal immigrants which is above 90,000. The largest pack which has been crossing to the US, there have been 90,000 deported in a special chartered flight. So this illegal staying, again, this is basically violating the rule of the land, and this should be curtailed. And I don't know, there is a big craze in India. I want to share that most of the people out of 1.6 billion Indian population, citizens, wants to grab the visa of the US, and they're so crazy that they can do anything for it. They are selling their houses, their property, their land, their real estate. They're also doing all sort of monkey business, and perhaps many are, trading their relatives or whatnot. Trading relatives means, even the brother and sisters are getting married. The real brother and sisters are getting married just to show that, okay, one can immigrate, the other can too. So they become spouse and they are real brother and sister. So a lot of this goof up in the documents, folks. You have to be very careful. Many people are changing names. So a lot of people are changing names just to get the visa, so they're changing different names. So you are got to be very careful when getting the India immigrants or migration or migrants, that you got to check all their naming culture for last 20-30 years. So basically you will get the metric certificate from them, which is the certificate of 10th. So when you get the metric certificate, you come to know what was their original name and how many times since then they have changed their names. So if people are changing names too frequently, even one or twice, it's a big alert. It's an alarm bell. There's something very crazy going on, folks. Recently, you can see a lot of people from Punjab over here in Mohali, Chandigarh were caught up, who were doing the shady business of selling them the dream of the US by making them fool and befooling them. And also the people who get caught into these are basically trading for the, these are smuggler mules, which try to somehow give them the assurance that they're going to have the visa, US visa granted to them. So this is all going very crazy, folks, over here. People are very crazy in India, and I told you they can even sell their soul to the devils. Yep, they have that much of craze for the US. They can sell their soul to the devils. Out of many out of 1.6 billion population of India. Since India is expanding in population, they don't have that much of land, resources, or to give them the basic amenities. So they are basically trying to somehow illegally trespassing or do some forgery in the documents, landing into the US. Yep, this is very crazy situation in India. People somehow want to get the US visa, and anyhow, by hook or crook, they are going to get it. They do a lot of scamming. They do a lot of thugs, impersonator. I've seen recently. I've been, debunking that part very much. Every day, almost, I've been sharing some of the private claims or the, front yard view of my front yard, so that you can be aware that this location, where around in the neighborhood, a lot of scammers, thugs, association are trying to befool and get the visas, international visa, especially the US visa, and they're also trying to get the vehicles, money, bounties, car. Also, there have been a lot of sex trafficking going on, so females girl delivery at specific time, location, hour. So this is all, folks, just so that these people are so crazy that they can do anything, and they can even sell their soul to the devils. So this is not a good sign for the people who are immigrating to the US. So US authorities must be very clear and very specific, because a lot of I keep repeating this part, every 8 out of 10 India population is downright corrupt, mostly morally, ethically bankrupt, and pathological liars. So when this sort of situation is arising, you got to be very careful that people that are immigrating to US from India, they have to be pruned very well. You have to start doing the pruning and start doing a lot of investigations, in-depth investigation, what has been their history, and backtrack and back record. Have they changed their names, their original name or their surname, how many times they have changed, and what was the reason they are changing their names. So you must have to look at their 30-40 years past history. So this is a big fraud also, when you change a lot of names. Every time you change the name, it's a fraud. It's something very person is trying to hide its history or its identity for some other reason. He could be an impersonator, he could be a thug, he could be a criminal, he could be a professional rapist who's trying to change the name so that he can barge into the other nations, basically the US, by using the name changing technology. So, folks, that's very bizarre scenario. Also, we cover up the deep fake videos which are coming up now with the advent of AI. All the thugs, India scammers for past 4 or 5 years have been using phone spoofing, have been using deep fake videos to basically befool other people and try to make them look like a fool. And basically they're also using the AI to use the hacking technologies and tools so that they can hack into the system. This is also a big challenge for the DHS, ICE in the US, so that they have to catch these, nab these criminals, because if the deepfakes are being used, then they can also create deepfake identities, and those identities are going to be a problem because they can basically impersonate, and these things have to be put up into the immigration, folks. So, as you are aware, on December 6th and 7th, we were covering up the California quake, and it occurred on December 7th in the morning at about you can say 10:35, 10:40 hours, which is the LA time. So this was quite a big quake. It was 7 mag. Since it was offshore, it was not felt that much into the land. But had it struck the land completely, this would have been a devastating quake, folks. So this is a wake-up call, alarm bells all around, that something big is coming. Stay tuned to my channel. I will try to predict 2 or 3 days beforehand, because there are a lot of problems right now with my social account. For some good reason, which I am not aware. I have not done any such reason why they have to suspend the account. The Zuckerberg czar of social media, Facebook, Instagram, Threads, have hijacked my account for no good reason, no apparent reason. I don't know why they have do it, because I was all trying to reveal the racism and fascism in India, and also the metaphor criminals gang or other rapists, professional rapists. So since they have hijacked, I have no other media to immediately interact with the world. I am using my email. So a lot of the people who have subscribed are on my email guild. Also, I am using my One World Press site, which you are aware. So I'll try to alert them also on the video, which is this YouTube channel which I have. I'm producing these videos just for the sake that you are aware. So the California quakes, folks, which is now over 200 in a day. So it has been 200 aftershocks after the major 7 quake. So this is basically something alarm bell which is raising up the masses over there, that they have to prepare for something big is coming. And I see it. I told you already. I predicted for hashtag MAY 2025 END, which is end times. So I have given you some hints. I'll give you before 2 or 3 days before the quake strikes, but I have to have some instant media, instant connection with you folks, so you can prepare yourself well ahead. But you stay tuned to my channel. You'll get a lot of these indications, because I've been serving humanity for the last 14 years on this channel, which is oneworldpress.wordpress.com, and also on this YouTube channel Sjsrana. So you can stay tuned on it, and I'll try to give you the heads up. Hi folks, how are you doing? This is Sjsrana, Surinderjit reporting for December 7th, time about 1 a.m. IST, which is 100 hours IST India Standard Time. Folks, this time I'm giving you India Standard Time, and because last time there was a little goof up, a small goof up on the time with the EST, IST and the PST time. So this time I'm just giving the straight IST time. It's December 7th at about 100 hours IST India. So this 100 hours IST is the time where it started the process, but the current time right now it's about uh, 200 hours IST India Standard Time, December 7th, 2024. So we are looking at the sun. Let's jump to the main topics. And as I was predicting few days before, you can check my last podcast videos that sun is going to flare some major CMEs, and we are seeing a lot of that effect. Over here, we're going to cover a lot of topics, focusing on basically the RG Car medical institution where the brutal murder of rape of doctor occurred, and we're going to delve into that. We're also going to delve a little bit onto the Russia Ukraine war, and we're also going to look a little bit onto the Israel war. A lot of other topics, but major I'm going to focus on this RG Car a medical institution where the doctor was raped, because that's the main topic I picked up. Also, I picked up Adani, the corruption, the bribery scandal. I'm going to touch up little bit on that and what's going on to that scope. Okay, so this time a lot of other topics which are going to be more important. I'm just giving a little glimpse on December 7th time about you can say 100 hours IST. Yeah, this time I was about a little bit outside for about 40 minutes. Have to pick up some belongings from the car, and also some other a little important task I had to do to put the garbage bin also. So these chores I get little time. I do it after 2 or 3 days because I have three cats, as I told you. So with the three cats, you also get some of their trash in the bin. So that piles up. So I had to do that chore, daily chore. And the other thing is I'm going to spend some time here, because daily I spend about 2 to 3 hours writing the articles, posting on onewordpress.com, which I'm editor in chief for last 14 years, trying to report on humanity, on the social causes, and what is ahead, lying ahead, which is going to be in sight for humanity. As you know, I've already indicated you in 2019 about the pandemic COVID-19. My prediction was in 2019. Yep, folks, I've been predicting way before, always a year before the major calamities to the humanity. So in 2019, I predicted COVID-19. No one had even thought, ever dreamt of that. So my prediction in 2019 was with hashtag MAY 2020 WW3. Yeah, so this was looking ahead for 2020, while it was October, November in 2019. That was the prediction. I also posted on then Twitter, now it's taken by X. Also did that prediction on other forums. So let's take a disclaimer first. This is going to be my short disclaimer, personal disclaimer. I do it every time so that my other community, the world community which I'm connected to, the feedbacks which come, they know what is going on. As you know, I keep preparing the video post for just for the humanity, so that they can come forward and become more progressive and more humanity related development. So you know what there's a common saying which is, it takes nothing to join the crowd, but it takes everything to stand alone. So in this current day and age where we are finding people are getting engrossed in lot of different indulgence, it's very hard to find people who can stay constant and who can stay right on the path of morality, ethics, and humanity. Before we delve into further topics, there's going to be a personal disclaimer from my side, which is going to run for about you can say a few minutes, and this is very important because there are a lot of misconception, there are a lot of seeded deception, deceit, where I am residing here in India. A lot of people are around, a lot of people spreading misinformation, deception, deceit, and trying to tarnish the image of people who are trying to follow the right path in India especially. It's very hard over here. Site has been maintained for very long. racist, fascist, imposters, trespassing morons, which are spreading lies, misinformation about me. So I keep repeating this part that I've never taken anything. As Sjsrana has never taken anything from India racist, fascist, rapist, impersonators, thugs, delivery agents. Many of them are trespassing morons also. They trespass anywhere, and they're also siding with the devils of India. So all these things which are there are going to them. Topics which I'm covering are always posting on my oneworldpress.org site. You can see in front of your screen that I am sharing that snapshot. That this is on the site where I'm sharing all these articles. So you can always take a look. You can go back past 14 years. Yep, I've been reporting chief editor-in-chief for this site for last 14 years, folks. And I've been basically doing is it's like keeping journal, a logbook of the planet Earth. So I'm maintaining that sort of logbook. So people wonder why I have to report, why I'm doing all this. It is to serve the humanity, to give them the light where they are headed and where they are facing the devils and the spiritual devil war ongoing. So last 14 years there is a spiritual war now going on, and that spiritual war has ended. And though it will continue in the background, but now it's taken the world war front. So that's what I want to tell you. This revelation, I have revealed it 14 years ago also, lot many times. Now I'm revealing the spiritual war has almost ended. Spiritual war will continue in the background now. In the foreground now you will see the world war as I predicted in October 2019 under the hashtag MAY 2020 WW3. Yeah, you can check back on Google. So we are looking here at the statement of the father of the doctor who was brutally raped and murdered in Kolkata, which is Bengal, which is basically east of India, touching the Bengal Bay, Bay of Bengal. And this state witnessed this horrific incident, and the father is now releasing the statement that what happened, what transpired all through, and he has been saddened by the whole news. Obviously, it's a very tragic event. Now he says that he was trying to do this latest release, which he has done it on basic, especially in the Hindi language, which is most popular language in India, and he could have done in Bengali also, which is his native language. But he did his coverage, latest release, which he has made on what is going with the RG car case and the CBI investigation. So from his personal perspective, what he has said mostly is that he was very dismayed by the Kolkata police, the way the cops acted. They say it was very wrong the way they did the investigation, and so he had to move to the Calcutta High Court seeking the good agency. So he was very much disappointed by the cops of India. Yep. Most of the time, the people who are sufferers, victims, females, girls, or whatever, they are very much traumatized, but they also get dismayed by the cops most of the time because there are many reasons. One of them, they do a delay investigation, or so sometimes they're doing shady investigation. Then there is bribery, corruption. So if there's corruption, a lot of things happen, go wrong. So in this case, the father of that deceased murdered victim has claimed that the police, he was very disappointed. So he had to move to High Court to get them right and do the function properly or give them some good agency. So CBI had to come. So under the direction of the Supreme Court and as well as High Court, they wanted CBI to investigate. And currently the investigation is ongoing where they are finding that this basically was a very bizarre crime, very brutal bizarre crime. And right now they have only caught one person, but they've also got one or two other person. But at the same time, this whole episode has highlighted many other things. So this is one of the release which you can see on my view graph. This is from Gemini. Yeah, I'm using Gemini AI, so I've got some details on that, which is on the view graph. So what they have in fact right now is that one person, which is Mr. Roy, who is basically prime accused, and what they have is also the principal of the RG Car Medical Institution. So that person has also been accused basically because a lot of wrongdoings were seen around. But what is very important here is, folks, during this whole episode of RG Car investigation, first of all, it was very short investigation by police. Second, they did a very delay investigation where the zero FIR should have been launched immediately. They did delay on it. They took almost 11-12 hours, and they were not even doing the investigation the right way. Basically, either they were trying to shield the main predator or perpetrator, you can say over here. So that was the case. This is the biggest problem with the cops in India, that when these very critical crime issues of rapes basically and these occurs, they do a very shoddy business at many times, maybe because of the corruption, bribery, because as I've been telling all along that the cops of India can be easily bribed and they can be very easily corrupted. I've stayed in America, in North America, as I told you, in US for almost about 7-8 years, then 2-3 years in Canada. I've seen the cops, the way they act there swiftly, and the investigation is very quick and in a very very you can say a standardized form, and it's very formalized way. But over here in India, when it's a case of serious crime of rape, these people, the cops of India, they become like very very belligerent. Lethargy is seen. Either the case will be taking at least 10 to 20 days where they don't even do investigation. If they do the investigation, they will not inform all the proper people or accused, or maybe they have suspicion on, they will never inform them. They will keep them in dark, and at some time point they will just try to put them in under the bus. So because they're trying to hide the perpetrator or the predator. Thirdly, the investigations, mostly as I told you in the bribery and corruption case, is seen. And fourth, there is no strong measure when a cop is seen filing a fake fabricated case of rapes, serious crime as rape, murder. They are not given the proper law punishment, because if they're filing the fake and fabricated cases, they should be jailed. There is no other reason to let the cop go just like that and still enjoy impunity. Why the cops have to enjoy impunity? They should be immediately jailed if more cases are seen on basically filing fake and fabricated cases against the innocents. Because in India it's very easy to file a case of rape. Any small thing can be triggered as a rape case if it's not political, if it's not a powerful person. So they can put anyone behind the bars just like that. So they never do the investigation, they never see what is going around, they never communicate with the neighbors all around, all the neighbors where the thing happened, so all can basically communicate and pour some thoughts what is going on. They will not do that part. They will not investigate with the neighbors that okay, there was a gang rape, there was a rape happening in your neighborhood, were you aware? Are you aware what is going on? No, they were never. I have never come to know in my stay of India for almost 12 years that any cop coming to me where the neighborhood rape is taking place or marital rape or whatnot, they have come and asked like, did you see anything? Did you notice anything? I have never seen. I have never seen them coming and approaching on that case. And this is the most bizarre fact where the cops of India are to be blamed. So that's why I have a strong saying that if the cops of India are filing fake and fabricated cases of rapes or POSCO, they should be immediately jailed. That is my statement. Otherwise, they're playing with the Constitution of India and they're befooling the general people or citizens of India or whatnot. So this is very bizarre scenario, folks. It's not an easy thing. Many times their lapses, their lethargy, or their basically you can call the deliration of duty, basically innocents are targeted, and such serious crime of rapes and murder, it should be taken very seriously, and they should act promptly. They should investigate. They should put all the people who they have suspicion on. They must bring to the court. They must immediately bring to the notice, and they should serve the hand notice or the notice by public prosecutor whatnot. But what goes on behind the scenes with India cops? This is where the shady business starts, because when there is corruption, there is bribery. Any person who is a main culprit or a main predator can bribe the cops, and corruption. With corruption, they can have underhand deal with the table, and they can basically blame an innocent around. Yep, for the cops of India, it's very easy. There's no check and balances by the higher departments or the senior personnel in the cops that if they are filing a fake fabricated rape case, they are to be punished or they are to be jailed immediately. So today, as you can see, I have released this email. This is the communication I do with the outer world, the media guild, that based on the RGK rape and the case investigation ongoing and how the cops were suspended. Many cops were suspended. Even the commissioner of police was shunted out. Yep, because of the public outcry, because the way they dealt this investigation, it was very shoddy. It was lacking all the evidences. It was doing a wrong investigation. It was not catching the right culprit. So all these lapses were there and cops were enjoying. So because of the public outcry, massive outcry, they have to shunt down the commission of the police. That is how it should happen. Anywhere a rape is occurring, especially the minor girl rapes or other rapes, if the cops are not doing their job well or they're doing the fabricated cases, the commissioner of the police should be shunted out immediately, and all the cops should be jailed immediately who are doing the short investigation, because a rape is not a minor or a simple case, which is like a matrimonial dispute, like you can say like that. It's a very serious crime, and people who are involved or put under suspicion, their whole life will be spoiled. So this is why the RG rape victims and the doctors have been protesting for almost 200 days constantly. They were basically watching all the cops who were not doing their duty. They will ask the High Court to shunt them out. So people have very less faith on the cops of India, I tell you folks. When have you seen in public delegation or basically in public communities anywhere in India, they are avoiding or rewarding or they are asking cops to join there as a VVIP? In India, you will never find people or public gathering asking cops of India to join their gathering to regard them as a VVIP, because they know what they do behind the scenes. Cops of India are very famous for corruption, for high level of bribery, and of doing a blame game, or basically many times doing a short investigation, and they are very popular in the whole world. So a small briefing. I know when I landed in India in 2010, I have also run through two shoddy investigations by the cops of India. Yeah, I'm giving some personal glimpses of my life. So I have run through them. I've seen how they do shoddy investigation and how they immediately put the blame on innocents. So two times cops of India basically put a wrong blame on me. They involved me in which was matrimonial dispute. Both of the time it was matrimonial dispute, and they put me under the investigation and they put me under the charges, which were all fabricated and fake charges. So the courts of India twice, it was in Punjab, Mohali, Chandigarh, twice the courts of India have basically asked the prosecutor, the public prosecutor, how could you even file this case? How could this case even occur? So they were very surprised and shocked, and the public prosecutor was looking around. He had no answer. So twice, folks, two times. Two times I've been victim of what you can call this shoddy investigations by cops, or fake fabricated cases by cops of India, or you can say deep state agenda. Because I will say deep state agenda, because there is something with the government which basically doesn't like people who are speaking true or following the path of truth. The India government basically sides away, is basically shy to basically come forward with them or to have forged relationship with them. That's how what I felt deep state agenda, folks, all the time. So I don't know. I'll give you more details on this topic, but right now we got to focus on other topics as well. So talking on the case of rape, there was another very prominent public figure of India, which was known as Sanger, Kuldeep Singh Sanger, from basically the state of near state of Bihar, UP. He was a lawmaker. Yeah, he was a BJP member, very successful, very popular member of BJP. He was a lawmaker, MLA, and he was basically found to be guilty by the courts of India of committing a serious offense of rape with the minor girls, and also he was found to be murdering their relative. So this was the case, and he is basically out now for a few days, for maybe 2 weeks, on the special condition of medical bail. And basically, when this happened, basically, it's very important to see what the activities these people are going to do, because if he had a very successful and powerful clan, which you can say a lot of BJP members he knows, when he comes out of the jail, he get more influence and he can basically influence on a lot of the things, or maybe he can run other agendas. So this Kuldeep Singh Sanger is basically under watch from a lot of people, and I would say there are some things which have to be basically seen about him. So recently, if you look at the amount of people from BJP membership are basically coming under the accusations of rape, or they're found guilty of rape, there's an increasing high number of BJP personalities, BJP people leadership, which is very strange. And also, if you look at the other perspective, that the rapes of India have surged after BJP have come into the power. So for last 4-8 years, whatever they are in power, there are a lot of rapes. They are surging like anything. So if the BJP government is unable to stop these rapes or basically get the predators curtailed, it's going to be very hard for them. I don't know how they're going to ramp up the numbers of catching the criminals or the perpetrators or the predators. But the sex trafficking is surging. Yep, in India, sex trafficking is surging. I already told you sex trafficking of females is almost $100 billion USD business. It's become an empire now in India for last 4 8 years. And also the sex trafficking of schoolgirls. You will be very surprised. I've given you in my last podcast, in my last video, that the sex trafficking of schoolgirls, minor girls of India, is trending and it's becoming very viral. And there's a huge amount of minor girls being trafficked to the houses, different houses. And this business is almost around 40 billion US dollars. It's all done in cash, folks. So you will not be able to get the bank accounts or Paytm, credit card, MasterCard. No, you will not get that. It's all done in cash, and the agencies are all running around. I am very well aware, and you are aware, that there are agents running around on the bikes, delivering females, girls here and there. Other making news, big headlines in India is the Adani Group, found basically indicted by the US group on the corruption and bribery charges, and the Hindenburg report has come. And now this is going to be a big rigmarole, and it's going to be a big drama over here because uh, the Adani group of companies are very favorite of Narendra Modi, the PM of India, and or the BJP, you can say. And on the other side, there are the Congress, the other party, the India Bloc. They are basically daily staging walkouts in the parliament that, being a darling of PM Modi, they are doing some sort of pardoning or they are doing some cover up. So this is a big tussle and debate going on every day. This is a big news, and it's not a normal news, but the way the cover up happens for the big people or the big powerful companies who are doing some sort of even a act of corruption or bribery. This is very strange in India. So from very large institutions, you can say they're doing a lot of corruption and bribery, or they are accused of that. There must be something going around. Obviously, it will come as investigation completes. Already, Infosys, the biggest IT company of India, was charged with the from the US on the visa frauds recently and was fined for 3 million US dollar. It was just 2 weeks ago. Infosys was fined for $3 million by the US authorities doing a visa fraud. Yep, the Infosys is a very prominent name, very powerful, successful company, and it's also listed in NYSE and NYSE. It's listed in. So, folks, a lot of these things are coming up, and the scamming business, the thugs, that what can you say about them? The local, local average people. Okay, so folks, as you can see on the view graph, this is my front yard. Yep, I was out for about some time to do some proper, to do belongings from my car together and to do this sort of house chores. I do it 2 3 after 2 or 3 days. I have three cats, as you're aware, so they got a lot of their poop business, which I have to even uh, have to do some garbage trash. Throwing outside in the bin. So that being said, basically I'm a very rare person seen around because, as I told you, in India, I don't interact with strangers around in my house or residence or neighborhood, because in the strangers of India you are have to be very careful. You never know who could be a racist, fascist, rapist, devil association member, because a lot of metaphor morons. I've seen the gimmickry tricks past 2 3 years, and this whole episode of metaphor was with me for last 7 8 years. I've seen that for 2015-16 onwards, and this was done as some favor from the international community leadership, which I'm aware and you are aware. But I was not part of it. I never participated because that was not my intention. I never asked for anything, folks. I do my research. I do my work for humanity on One World Press, writing articles for last 14 years, which I'm editor in chief. I don't do it for any cash, money, bounty, car, vehicle, or some favors. I do it for humanity and do it for free for all. And if some thugs, some India impersonator thugs, or phone spoofers, spammers are basically scamming this whole episode or this whole thing into asking bounties, car, money, cash, lottery money, females, girls, whatnot, then it's not me. It's never me. It's not me, and it never will be me. And it's always the thugs of India, the beggars, racist faces, rapist beggars association of India, that will be basically doing all this thug or scamming business. I am never part of it. I was never part of it. I'll never be part of it. That is what I want to be very clear. So every time I'm sharing these glimpses of my personal life or view, when I'm out, when I'm not out, it is for those folks, those people, to have a clear outlook that, see, I'm not participating. You can see when I'm out, the original personality is out, all the devils will vanish, all the racist faces, beggars association, devils association, who are the grabbers, hijackers, will vanish. They will not be seen around. Or the delivery agents, which are again the devils of India, delivery agents, they'll not be seen around. When I'm out, they're vanishing. They are only appearing when the devils or the racist faces, rapist, devil association of beggars, they will always go to them or approach them, talk to them, because that's the other devil side which they find the devil. So both the devils meet, they say, oh, we are party. So whenever you're seeing me around, I'm giving you these glimpses, the time and the date you can see on the left hand side top corner. That it's very clear. This is IST, India Standard Time, which is December 7th at about 1 a.m. More, it's 1 a.m. December 7th. You can see I was out, I was there, and this is a glimpse that how things happen around. And I'm very clear on it that there is a lot of scamming, thugs, beggars association around, which basically wants to grab things which have come as a favor to me. Since because I'm not part of that association, they are a different association. I don't know how many people are there, but I guess at least 40 50 prime members. Then they're spreading to at least a group of 20 30,000 people. So it could be some basically other political parties in it, which I don't want to divulge here. But I tell you, those people are behind the whole scene. They are creating all this mess. They are creating all this wrong information from my side. So I've been clearing this all along for last 2 years consecutively, but I've been giving you information for last 7 years on my WordPress site that I'm never party to them. I don't get involved in the association of racist faces, rapist beggars association that demands delivery of females, girls around neighborhood, or sex trafficking of females, girls in neighborhood, or they ask the bounties, car, cash, money, lottery, visa, international visa. I've never taken an international visa. That should be enough. Being original personality as Sjsrana, I've never taken international visa. All the thugs, scammers, beggars association of India have taken that, and the devils participated in the devil's agenda. I don't want to be part of that. If they have an association, large association of 50 40 people, I don't want to be part of that. You will never see me with them, or you will never see them with me. Either it's me, which is truth, or either it's the fake, fabricated, deceit, deception, devils, racist faces, rapists, devils association. Either it will be them, or either it will be me. I'll never be part of them. I can never be part of them, because what they have in mindset is grabbing, hijacking, and begging or stealing. So that's their mindset, folks. That's a low life, very low life. My life is not that. It's a very low life of asking females, girls, hijacking females, girls in neighborhood, catching deliveries of females and girls, stealing females and girls, or basically hijacking females and girls who have come to meet some person, maybe me, original personality. I have not met them. I have not met any female girl person for last 2 years while I'm staying in this new residence over here for past 2 years. So this is the some facts which I want to be very clear. I want to be on the same page with you, so you are aware what's going around, and don't get befooled by India thugs and scammer. You are very aware that India scammers, thugs, impersonators are every day scooping out 100K US dollars from the US alone. Yep, It's not a fiction. I'm giving a fact. 100K US dollar daily. They are siphoning out. They're scamming from sitting from India, from the US citizens or from the US. That's going on, folks. Every day, 100K US dollars. It's not a small number. Multiply by that by 365. So it's 365 100K US dollars in a year. India Thug Scammer Associations are scooping out or siphoning out that money from the US. So all this monkey business around my neighborhood, I've seen that running for 2023, 2024. The complete monkey business, sex trafficking of females, delivery of international visa, monkey business of lottery, money, cash, bounties, car, vehicle visa. All this monkey business was done for monkeys only. I was never part of that. It was only Devil Association who was basically running the scam. The thugs have taken it all, or maybe they are part of your association. I don't know. But the international community must be aware. The international leadership must be aware. I was never part of it. And whole 2022, 2023, 2024, I've never taken even a single penny or cent from the Devil's Delivery Agent of India, Racist, Fascist, Rapist Beggars Association. Maybe they are in commune with other devils and beggars association. So I want to be very clear on that. And all the thugs may be telling you around on impersonators that they are friend of mine or I'm friend of theirs, but you can see I never meet them. I never meet them. They never meet me. They know my residence. Everybody knows my residence. Yeah, if somebody is hijacking from some other place, maybe some people are involved over here who are hijacking people or who are diverting people, who are threatening, terrorizing females or girls or basically people, then they are Terrorist Association of India. So you can call them racist, fascist, terrorist, beggars association of India, which could be very well around here working. So because I've seen that for last 10 years, ever since I've landed in India 2010 from the North America, I've seen that working around every time around my neighborhood. Because as you are aware, I've been doing a lot of human rights works while I was in America, US, Los Angeles. I was doing a lot of human rights works while I was in New York, New Jersey. I was doing a lot of human rights works. So there are a lot of connections I have, very huge connection. So those people could have been coming as a favor to meet me or to greet me, but the hijacking, terrorist hijacking around my neighborhood always, they're hijackers, they're terrorists, they'll terrorize them or they'll manipulate them or they'll have deceit, deception, or they say, okay, you stay here, we'll call them or we'll send someone, but that never happens. You have never communicated with me and I have never communicated to you, which you are aware. This is all because of the Racist Faces Terrorist Association, Beggars Association of India, which is everywhere present, and they just grab, they circle around, they basically mushroom around my neighborhood always. Wherever I've been in last past 10 years, they mushroom around that and they try to become like a gangster. So this is a gang stalking on me, as I've told you, 24/7 surveillance on me always for last 7-8 years always, because if they will surveillance me only, then they'll be able to grab, hijack the other people who are coming to meet me. If they don't surveillance me 24/7, how will they able to sell the products? Because they're selling me. Which I'm telling you folks, these the terrorists of India, racist faces, rapists, beggars, terrorists of India, they're also beggars, terrorists and beggars, which is a very strange combination. You either find terrorists, but they are never beggars, they are not rapists. But over here, you find all the attributes coming into one. They are racist, faces, rapists, terrorist, beggars association. All attributes coming into one. So in India over here, around my neighborhood, always they're mushrooming. They come for some time, or some are there involved for a large amount of time. But that's going on, folks. I want to be very clear on it. You can see I'm here for last 40 minutes. I've been sitting in my car, doing my installation and a lot of other things which I have to fix my car. There was some breakdown which I told you last time. So I'm doing this fix. So I get my time whenever I get it in 24 hours. I don't know when I get time. There's no specific time, because for last 24 hours, every 24 hours of mine is spent on very specific cause and very spiritual uplifting cause and very productive cause, which is basically not aligning with the devil's mindset of sexual perversion or sexual activities, mindset, thoughts, or basically into what you call the narcissist agenda or narcissist thoughts. No, my life is spent for other purpose, folks. I only get 15 to 20 minutes free time, and if I can spend like 20, 30, 40 minutes for some time outside, I spend that time. If it's for gardening, it's for checking on my car or doing some wash up cleanup which I have to do sometime. So that is spent for that purpose only. I get only 20-30 minutes free times in every day, 24 hours. Rest time is spent for my one world pressed updates and other knowledge I have to gather, other things which I do research on other projects. So these things take up my most of the time for the day. So over here I take a short pause. This video is about 20 minutes long, so I'll take a short pause and I'll reconnect you with a small you can say, you can enjoy this music. I love this. This is a very good music. So I take a short pause, folks.